Hey everybody, I'm using a tool called Screencast-O-Matic to capture my screen and narrate while I capture it. You can see my mouse as it moves. There should be a yellow circle so you can follow along with what I'm talking about. I'm going to show you a tool called GoFormative, and Mr. Hall was actually kind enough to text me in all caps with exclamation points. Go to GoFormative. It's the best tool I've ever used. After playing around a little bit, I actually 100% agree with that statement, and I'll show you exactly why as we go through this. So you can see over here I have a few formative assessments that I have kind of played around with creating. This one actually, when you sign up, you have access to previously created formative assessments, and so you can click in and now you have the ability to assign a formative assessment that has already been created by someone else to your students with answer keys, everything like that, okay? So the reason why I think this is awesome is that everything is really user-friendly. The user interface is easy to understand. There's nothing confusing about it. Right? If we want to add a folder so that we can organize our stuff, we just click on the little folder and the plus sign. If we want to add a new question, we click on new formative or new series of questions, right? Here is where we go to change our title, and you can see we have the ability to add a picture in for the title as well. Over here we can change the assignment type, so we can give it as classwork, a warm-up, an exit slip, independent practice, a pre-assessment quiz, all of these options here. To add a question, we would just click on that little bouncing plus sign that was there. We can embed content, so now we have stimulus that we can bring in here. We can embed an image like a political cartoon and ask students to interpret it based on multiple choice question selections, right? Or multiple selections, a short answer, etc., etc. I'm just going to click true false for now, make it really simple. Go formative. Oops, go. If I knew how to type, go formative is easy to use. That's clearly a true statement. We can change our point value up here, minimal point or really important ones like this one, which is worth 2,000 points. We can copy our question and it just pops up right down there, and we can say, you know what, you had a chance to get 2,000, and if you missed it the first time, this one's worth 1. We can also delete the questions. They say, no, you know what, that's really mean. Let's go ahead and delete that. The other thing that you can do in here, and this is probably the most important part, is that we can start tagging individual standards based on the questions that are in our formative assessments we are creating. So we can come through here and you can see I've linked in the economic standards for the state of Georgia. And if you want to know how to do this, just let me know. Stop by my room. I can show you, or I can create an individual video that shows you how to do that. And let's just say SSEF3A, explore how and why individuals and businesses specialize, including division of labor. This question is related to that standard. And now we can come in, we can preview, okay, this is what the students will see when I give them their test. And we can come in and view responses after I have assigned the formative assessment. To assign it, I would just go up here to this wonderful green button that says Assign, and then I would click on the class that I would like to assign it to. I can decide when the scores will be returned, if the students get correct answers immediately or after they submit or after the session ends, and if I have a Google Classroom, I can then post it to my Google Classroom, because these two options can sync together. So let's assign that. And once I've assigned it, if I don't have a Google Classroom, I can get a link and post that to a blog or on a OneNote so that students have access to it. I can embed the form to the same types of areas, a blog or a OneNote, so the students have access to it, and they can immediately start working on it. And then I can go into view responses, and you'll see this right here, all responses available, or this option called Fall 3. This is my classroom. This is all classrooms that have taken this assessment. This is the individual classroom that I have assigned it to just now. I can open and close the responses. When the responses come in, I can export everything to a spreadsheet or a Google Sheet. You can see you only have 4 of those per month. So that's something to keep in mind. You would need to have the upgrade to the premium to get unlimited exports, but that's probably worth it. You can hide your names in here and you can see, okay, how many different students are answering in different ways. We can come back and show the names and then say, all right, students who perform low on this set of standards probably need to be grouped together so they can address that. These students over here perform low on this set of standards. We can now group them appropriately. And so this allows for differentiation based on individual standards, which is probably the most important aspect of GoFormative. And the way that we can also get in there is we can track that as well. Tracking our individual formatives that we have created for all students, for individual classes, and tracking standards and tags. So individual standards, we can now track these standards and give students a differentiated instruction based on where they are strong and where they are weak. We can group kids based on strengths and weaknesses as well, to do group remediation or to do flexible grouping where those who are strong would teach those who are weak in certain areas. So the possibilities are wide ranging, and that's why this tool is so important for us for using it in the classroom, because it gives us that data and it gives it to us immediately. Right, so we can provide immediate feedback or adjust instruction as necessary in an immediate way. So if you guys have any more questions, just let me know. I'll show you how to, again, create a class and add students. That's probably the bigger issue and the longer issue that I would address with you guys individually. Thanks so much. Bye.